Alright, so I am going to go over how to write a function from a word problem. Now, today what I'm going to do is just kind of a logical reasoning type of way where we just kind of make a guess and then check it to make sure that it's right. As we go through the year, I'm going to teach you how to do this more mathematically and so that you get the right equation the first time every time. Okay, so here's my example. Pizza Hut used to have a deal in which the first pizza you bought was regular price, about $16. And then the following pizzas were only $4 each. I still remember the commercial because somebody would call up on the phone and they'd be like, hey, how much does it cost to get 2 pizzas? And the guy'd be like, well, it's $16 for the first one and $4 for the second one. They'd be like, wow, how much is it if I get 4 pizzas? They'd be like, well, it's $16 for the first pizza and then $4, $4, $4. They'd be like, wow, what if I get 10 pizzas? They go, well, it's $16 for the first pizza and then $4, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4, $4. And then, of course, the person on the other line says, well, how if I get, some unreasonable number of pizzas? And the guy's like, oh gosh, $4, $4, $4, So anyway, it was a funny commercial. I still remember it. Power of advertising. But anyway, what we want to do is write a function representing the situation dependent on how many pizzas are ordered. All right? So I know my function is going to need to have both 16 and 4. So I'm going to go c of x. Now the reason I'm doing c is because that's the cost. This is the total cost. And instead of x, maybe I'm going to put a p. C is dependent on the p. So this is my f of x. I'm doing it in function notation. All right, so c of p equals, now I've got two numbers here. I got a 16 and a 14. So I know I've got to pay $16 for the first pizza, and then I've got to pay $4 for each of the following pizzas. All right? So I got to figure out where I'm going to put the p. Well, the first pizza I only have to pay this once, so I don't want to put p here because that means that each time I order another pizza I'm going to have to pay another $16, which isn't the case. What am I paying extra for each pizza? Well, it's this one right here, and so I'd put a p there. All right? So that's our first guess. And we say, okay, well, $16 for the first pizza plus $4 for each extra pizza. Now, we should check this, okay? So let's check it. We'll do a couple of checks. We'll try the cost of one pizza. And so that will be 16 plus... Anyway, so we got plus 4 times 1. And so we work it out. We multiply the 4 times the 1, and we add 16. So that would be 16 plus 4, which is 20. Now, is that how it's supposed to be? Should one pizza cost you 20? The answer is no, of course. So we have to adjust our function. Okay, now there's a couple of ways we can do that. One is we can say, well, how much should a pizza cost? Well, it should cost 16 for the first one, right? So since 20 is 4 bigger than 16, then you could just decrease the number here by 4. So we could try 12 plus 4p. Okay? And we could try that out. All right? Another thing that we could do is, the problem is, this is my first pizza right here. Right? The 16 is the first pizza. And so if I put in 1, I'm paying for the first pizza plus I'm paying for 1 extra. And so what you could do is you could write this as CP of 16 plus 4 times p minus 1. Because what that would do is it would take that first pizza and it would get rid of it so that you don't multiply the first one times 4. But when you get the second one, you'd put a 2 in and you'd multiply it by 1. So either one of those hopefully should accomplish what we want it to. All right, this is a good start, but it's a little bit off. That's why we check it. So let's go ahead and check both of these. We kind of reasoned it out. We subtracted 4 to make this one, okay, because the 20 was 4 higher than it should have been. And then on this one, we subtracted 1 from the p so that we wouldn't multiply by that extra pizza. So let's check them out. Let's try c of 1. So I've got 12 plus 4 times 1. So that would be 12 plus 4, which is 16. So that's what it should cost, right? And just to make sure, let's try the second one. So let's go c of 2. And so that would be 12 plus 4 times 2. And so then we would have 12 plus 8, which is 20. Is that what we want? Well, yeah, it should be 16 plus 4, which is 20. All right, let's check the other one. So let's go c of 1. And so we'll go 16 plus 4 times 1 minus 1. and you'll notice that 1 minus 1 is 0, so I'll have 16 plus 4 times 0. Of course, we're following PEMDAS. We do the multiplication first. I know it's really tempting to do that 16 plus 4, but we don't. 4 times 0 is 0, so I've got 16 plus 0, which is 16. That's what it should be for the first, the cost of 1. And then we can check the cost of 2 just to make sure that it still works. So we'll go 16 plus 4 times 2 minus 1. And so that'll be 16 plus 4 times 1. And of course, 4 times 1 is 4 plus 16 is 20, which is how much we expected 2 pizzas to cost. So now we actually have 2 different functions. You don't need both of these. As long as you can have one of them that works out, then it should be fine. All right? So then we go on and we say, okay, there are 8 people in my family. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to do this adjustment every time. Sometimes it won't be necessary. It depends on the problem. In this case, it was necessary because of when we checked it. So let's just look at this other one. There's 8 people in my family. My parents will share a pizza. Me and my siblings will each eat a whole pizza. So there's 8 of us, 2 parents, 6 kids. So the 2 parents will get 1 pizza total. Each of us 6 kids will get 6 pizzas. So if we put those together, we need 7 pizzas for the family. So I'm going to go 6 times 7. So the cost of 7 pizzas, it doesn't matter which one we use, but I'm going to use the first one. It looks like it was a little bit easier. So 12 plus 4 times 7. So it would be 12 plus 28, which is $40 for the cost of 7 pizzas, or the function of P. All right, there you go. Hopefully that's helpful and that you can use that as you are looking at your word problems in class. Ciao.